Have you filed your forgiveness for your PPP loan yet? This is Ron Weiss-Sikarski with Beach House Consulting. And you know what? I've got an update for you. I'm one of the people that filed for the forgiveness on the PPP loan. And as it turns out, the legislation is in the process of being signed probably today or tomorrow. Well, it's going to forgive up to $150 right now, which means I probably didn't need to actually file a forgiveness, but we're on a time crunch. We did it, did all the paperwork, and you know what? It was a few hours of my life I'd like back, but hey, they're going to forgive up to $150 right now. So if you've got a PPP loan and it's under $150, it's a pretty simple one-page form, I understand. You can fill out and get that blanket forgiveness. It's not really tricky from what I understand. Now, if you've already filed the other forgiveness that's in place, that's great. But if you're under $150, it's supposed to be a one-page form. So that's really, really good news. The second bit of good news is that they are bringing back PPP round 2. Ding, 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 round 2 on PPP. So it's a little different this time around as far as what the requirements are. And I believe you're going to have to show that you are negative at some point in the year compared to a prior year's quarter. At least that's what the chatter is right now. But there's definitely a second round of PPP, and a lot of people will qualify, not everybody. I don't know if you have to have the first one forgiven in order to get the second one. That is still in the gray area. There's no guidance on that yet. But if you're in the process of doing the forgiveness and you're applying for the new one, it seems to make sense because they want to put the money in the hands of the business to keep things viable and to keep this recovery that's come this far, to keep it going. So if you're a business owner and you applied for PPP, received it, and are in the process of getting it forgiven, you might actually have a quicker path to get that done. That's your first thing. Second thing, another round coming out. And if you didn't do it the first time, you can go in right now and do it a second time because it's going to be reopened again. Just think about the effect it could have on your business. If you need it and you have the hardship and you can prove it, I think you should at least strongly consider applying for it. And there's another piece coming about the taxability of it. There's been a lot of conversation about it becomes taxable income. So if you got $25,000 and it got forgiven, that $25,000 was income to you, you'd have to pay tax on it next year. There's some talk that might actually wipe that out. I don't know how we're going to do our tax returns this year. I believe what you do is you'll file something, and if there's not guidance on it by the time you pay it, you may have to amend your return. It's really up in the air right now. For the moment, the guidance we're giving is whatever's forgiven, plan on paying some tax on that. Definitely contact your CPA, but there's some chatter maybe that's going to go away too. That would be awesome. And I believe it was just a fairness that you've given something to somebody, but it created a taxable instance over here that maybe wasn't disclosed at the beginning or unannounced, or I don't know, guys. It's been a year of unknowns, that's for sure. But worst case, if they forgave a really big number and you paid some tax, which is a relatively small number, like less than 80% of that number, you paid 10 or 20% tax on it or something like that, probably still a win. Now, if you've got questions about PPP or want to get an update on it when they come out, then definitely tune in over here. That's by hitting the subscribe button, and we're going to keep you informed on things like PPP and business strategies. This is Ron Weiss-Sikarski for Beach House Consulting.